Hello everyone, I just want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Today is Sunday, December the 5th, and it's about 1:50 in the morning. So this is going to be the continuation of the previous video that I made about discrimination and harassment. So this will be part 2, and depending on how long it takes me, there may be a part 3. There's 3 incidents, so I may just put them all in separate videos if I feel like this video is going to go too long. But I'm just going to hop right in and begin to speak about the second incident. So as I told you, the first incident happened on Thanksgiving Eve, so that would have been November the 24th. This incident happened, I think, about maybe 2 days later. So basically what happened is I went to do my laundry. There's a place I typically go to do my laundry, and unfortunately the buses apparently stopped running earlier than I thought. So I ended up being stranded over in that area, which it's kind of an unfamiliar area. I mean, I do go there to do my laundry. It seems to be pretty safe, but it's the first time I got stranded over in that particular side of town. So basically, like most nights, I don't really sleep very often, but this particular night, I was basically at a bus stop. I was at a bus stop when I guess I was kind of dozing off. I started hearing all of this noise. So right across the street from where I was seated at the bus stop. So the noise, and it was really cold that night too. So I had already told myself I was getting ready to leave and move and try and find somewhere that was a little bit warmer to go to. I just hadn't done it. And when I started hearing all of this noise in the background, that's when I just decided to go ahead and leave. Now, I told you about these headaches that I've been having, and there's 2 things that I have identified as triggers. Of course, I told you there could be multiple things, but for some reason, all of this noise and banging that is going on around me is a trigger for these headaches. And as crazy as this sounds, so is hearing the Hispanic language. I've been able to identify that for some odd reason that those 2 things are triggers. And so when I started hearing all of the noise and the banging right across the street, and it was it was probably close to about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning when this started. Other than that, it had been a really quiet and peaceful night. So when I heard all the noise, I decided to just go ahead and leave. So I gather my things and I walk across the street, which is headed towards this parking lot. And as I'm walking across the street, there was I guess one of the guys that was working on the road. I guess they were doing some kind of work on the road. They were but I don't think they were road workers. They had on these yellow vests. So I think they were more security, but I don't really know for sure. But as I'm walking across the street, and once I get across the street, one of the workers, he had on a yellow vest. This was a older Hispanic man. He's coming after me. He was security, now that I think about it. He's coming after me, and he's telling me that I can't be in the parking lot. And I'm like, well, why not? And he just continues, and again, he was speaking Spanish. He spoke English, but it was kind of broken. So He's telling me I can't be in the parking lot, and he then tells me that if, uh, uh, I guess if I stayed, or I don't remember exactly how he put it, but he basically threatened to call the police on me. And I'm like, once again, I'm being threatened with uh, the police being called when I haven't done anything. So uh, he leaves, and he leaves because I'm thinking he's going to call the police, literally. Uh, I, instead of staying in the parking lot, there was another bus stop just right in front of that parking lot. So I was really nervous about like what this man was getting ready to do when I knew that I had not done anything. I'm simply stranded and I'm waiting for the buses to come. And so after he threatened me with calling 911 and getting the police to come out, I waited a few minutes. No one ever came, but I just decided to go ahead and call 911. So I called 911 and I made them aware of the situation. I let them know, hey, I'm simply stranded here. Um, and actually, the first time that approached me, he was on foot, and I did scream at him because you got to understand, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm stranded. I don't know anybody. This is a strange man coming up to me, like coming after me. And I just told him, I did. When he first approached me, I yelled, "Get away from me." And I yelled it very firm and very firm because I was literally like, I don't know who this man is. I'm not fit to entertain talking to anybody. And that's when he tells me that I had to leave the parking lot. And if I did leave, he was going to call 911. He then leaves. Uh, I continue I'm already in the parking lot. Uh, then he comes back, and at this point, that's when I'm actually getting ready to go to the bus stop, there was another bus stop right in front of this particular parking lot. So he comes back on his security vehicle. And when he comes back on the security vehicle, he again threatens to call the police if I don't leave. And I'm like, I haven't done anything. I don't understand what or why you're wanting to call the police. But if you choose to call the police, fine. So I said, I'll call him myself. So I proceeded to get my things out of the buggy and I put everything at the bus stop. And that's when I called 911 and I made them aware of the situation where I was. I let them know, hey, I'm simply stranded. Uh, this man is coming after me, he threatened to call the police on me and I haven't done anything. I told him, I said, I don't know if he actually did call the police. I said, but I'm calling you to make you aware of the situation. And I told him where I was, told him I was stranded. I told him, like, I'm going to be on the first bus out of here, but I still have about 2 hours before the buses start to run again, because by this time it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. The first bus didn't run until 6. So I said, but I'm at the bus stop. I'm waiting. I said, and I will be on the first bus out of here. So they offered to send someone out to speak with me. And I told them, I said, I tell you what, I said, I'm going to wait and see if he actually called the police, and if there's a police officer that comes in response to whatever he may have done, and if so, I'll call you back. But it may be that he's not going to do anything. And it just so happens that he never came back, and a police officer never came to question me about anything. So apparently, I guess he didn't call him, but. Once again, this was like the second incident of me being and feeling harassed uh, by, he was security, some type of security guard. And again, I haven't done anything. It's like there's these constant threats of calling the police on me and an attempt to try and get me locked up. So, I've done nothing wrong. I was simply stranded. Like I said, it was almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I pretty much made it through the night until this incident happened. And it was very quiet and calm up until they came and started doing whatever they were doing, making all that noise. And that's when my head started hurting, and I was just trying to get away from the noise, and also just uh, get away from the situation, basically. But again, I just, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm out here, I'm stranded, and this strange man, this was an older Hispanic man, is like chasing after me, telling me I can't be in the parking lot, uh, and threatening to call the police on me. So that was basically the second incident. And thankfully, nothing came of it. Apparently, he did not call the police, although I did call 911, because I'm just at a place now where I feel like everything needs to be documented, what's going on with me and what I'm experiencing here. So that's the second incident. That's really all I want to speak about. So I'll just do a third video to tell you about the third incident. So as always, thank you for listening.